I'll say we'll continue this transmission by asking each and every one of you to become very relaxed in your chairs. Start breathing gently, deeply, easily. Let go of the cares of the day. Let them melt away. You are here and you are now, and there is nowhere else to be. And as you continue to allow yourself to relax and continue to breathe in and out, allow your lights to begin to play and your music to rise. And observe the holotope before you as a doorway, as a portal to enter the dream world. Tonight of your time, as you may choose to drift off to sleep when you are at home, remember this image of the holotope. The concentric rings and the connecting lines, the web connecting physical to astral realities, a door spiraling open, a portal, an opening in the very thin veil between the physical and non-physical dreams, all taking place within your consciousness. Use this image. See it suspended before you in the air before you go to sleep this night. And allow it to function as a door, as a gate. See the play of lights upon it. Let them infuse themselves into the neural net of your brain, so that you may rewire yourself to be more receptive of the higher frequency information and energy that can be given to you from the astral realms of spirit. Hear the vibrational resonance of the music to take home with you this night, that is reminiscent of a journey through space and time, and seeing through the veil, seeing through the illusion of solidity of physical reality, and see it for what it is, but a projection, an apparition. Your consciousness, as it opens up and allows the portal to truly become a gate, a door, a window between two worlds, so that they may be blended into one experience for you, so that you may cross effortlessly from one to another as you drift off and let the physical mind relax this night and take on the mantle of your spirit, of your higher mind, and your astral body, to go and to play, to greet and to meet, to create with others of like mind, of like vibration, pastures, villages, towns, cities, planets, whatever you wish in that dream world to create. Whatever is representative to you of the image that you will retain upon awakening in the morning, that will allow you to use that image as a symbol that will be with you all day, to carry with you the experience of the adventure, of the journey that you had in the astral realm, in the dream world. For it is its own world, it is its own place, it is its own level, its own resonance, its own frequency, its own domain, its own realm of experience and being, in which many things can happen in which imagination is the key, in which thought is instantaneously manifest. Take that symbol with you, no matter what it is you create. Know that it will be there upon awakening. As you lie there and recall it, let it come back. Do not be in a hurry to rise. Just breathe in your beds. Just relax and let it come. And that symbol will be there for you all day. And if you wish to change that the next night, you may. For the adventures will evolve and the journey will expand in the dream world. And the more adventures you partake of, and the more of those beings you interact with in that realm, the more the experiences will begin to blend and leak into the physical dream. And the more you will begin to feel less difference between the two worlds, so that your physical life can become more of a dream that you can live. And the dream world will become more of a reality to you. And with every breath, you will absorb the atmosphere of both realms, both domains, both worlds. You will be breathing here and breathing there, but an ethereal breath, without the physical lungs, an ethereal intake of energy, an ethereal intake of realization and information, of knowledge and experience. And as you breathe in the physical world, you will know that with every breath in, it will tap into and touch into those experiences in the dream world. And as you exhale, you will exhale more of that etheric atmosphere into the physical dream, so that it becomes more flexible in space and time, so that you may be free. Free to know that it is your reality. Free to know that it is up to you, up to your beliefs, up to your dreams, and that by taking action upon them, you give to the world the opportunity and the option to see through you a living example of the blending of the physical and astral realities, of the template level by which you can begin to design the reality you prefer, but knowing that as you do so, and as you experience the idea of the world around you, the dream around you, to be changing, you know that it is not the world you were on that changed, for it never is. For that world remains inviolate. But it is that you, in changing yourself, in raising your frequency, in living as the dream, and bringing the dream world with you, that you shift to another already existing version of Earth that is already more representative and more reflective of the change you have made within yourself. For again, you never change the world you're on. You take yourself to a new version of Earth that is more representative of the dream you are willing to live. For action is the key. And bit by bit, the change within you will be reflected in the dream around you. For that dream is within. And the surrounding reality is not but a reflection in a mirror, a projection within your consciousness, a reflection of self-awareness, a dream within a dream within a dream, a dream with all that is, in all that is, of all that is, by all that is. For you are all that is, dreaming itself into being through all of you, the dreams that you are to it. But the dreams by it and to it are just as real and conscious as it, as all that is. For you are the stuff of dreams, and you are the dream that is aware of itself and so lucid in its own understanding of its awareness. See the gateway, see the portal this night in the air before you, and let it open to a world that expands your understanding of the dream that you are dreaming and living right now. For you are the dream and are in the dream and are of the dream and are being dreamed by the dream into being. Let the journey begin within you, and you shall see the path unfold before you, and the doorways opening one after another to all the different levels, all the different realms that are willing to communicate with you and send you the information of light, love, and peace, so that you may experience that peace, light, and love within your very soul, within your being, within your heart, within your mind, within your spirit, within your essence, and in every facet of your existence that is never beginning and never ending. It just is. The dream just is. It never began and it never ends. It is always now. Open that portal, open that doorway, open that gate, and expand your awareness of the dream that you are. Breathe in deeply now and let it out. And make this your own dream. Breathe in now, deeply, and let it out. And allow this to be your dream. Breathe in deeply and hold it, and hold it, and hold it, and feel the infinite potential and possibilities within the breath you now release, as you bring through the etheric atmosphere of the astral realm in its own vibration as it relates to the physical dream, so that both may be blending more and more, so that you may walk in that dream with eyes wide open, awake to your true nature, so that you may be more and more of who you truly are as the dream of all that is. Allow yourself to float freely now in the dream state, and this night of your time, and every night that you so desire, open that portal more and more, journey more and more between the worlds, and allow them to blend in ways that are relevant for you. Allow the magic to occur. Allow time and space to dissolve. Allow, allow, allow. Float freely now as your music dims and your lights pale. Float freely in the depth of existence, nurtured by eternity and unconditionally loved by all that is. The dream within the dream within the dream. Rest and relax and breathe easily, And know that this night of your time will begin a new journey between different dreams, charting a course and creating a map for yourselves so that you may know what was previously uncharted territory as it unfolds before you with new awareness, new knowingness, new experiences, new life, new love, and new light to show you the way, your way. Relax now in that beautiful, endless void that is filled to the brim with existence itself, with the breath of life. And every breath you take shall be another dream, another step along the path of who you truly are. Welcome home and sweet dreams. Well, let's say good day to you this day of your time. How are you all? All right, thank you. Once again, we extend to each and every one of you our deepest appreciation and gratitude for the allowance of this transmission in this way at this time, and the opportunity to experience through all of you more facets of the multidimensional crystal of creation. We would like to begin this transmission, which is titled Dear Mom and Dad, with a little bit of an explanation as to what's going on with those beings that you call the hybrid children, which are the progeny of many of you, based on the experiences that people on your planet have recognized are going on in the encounters that many of you have had, are having, will have, with a group of other beings, most often referred to as the Greys, who, in order to perpetuate their culture, which was dying out, utilized, through agreements with you on a higher level, some of your genetic material, along with the genetic material of other beings, to create hybrid races, such as ourselves and the Yael that we have referred to, in order to perpetuate their culture so they would not die out. However, there is also a group of the hybrids that are very much more specifically the idea of your children, who will ultimately be coming to Earth to live among you, to assist with the idea of the evolution that is going on your planet, that will ultimately lead to Earth becoming what we term the sixth hybrid race. Now, these children are of various ages and stages of development and understanding, and they have, for now, some time been training to understand the general cultures on your planet, which are to them very alien, and in order to fit in, have been learning some of the things that you take for granted, that are common to you, that you were raised to understand, that seem second nature to you, which they sometimes find a bit unfathomable. There will be, from time to time, some of these children that will come down to Earth. They will be practicing among you in secret to some degree, although sometimes they still stand out enough that now and then some of you may notice a glimpse of someone that seems a little unusual. But they are being assisted by a group of beings that we have not really referred to very often, that could loosely be called the fourth hybrid race. The idea is that they are watching out for them, they are guiding them, they are providing for them places on your planet that are relatively safe, where they can practice in quiet, in peace, most often in secret, the idea of how to live among you, how to live in your dwellings, how to do the things that you do naturally on your planet, or at least from learning. Things even like eating off a plate, using a fork, are alien to these children. Now, There will be different phases of these children that will eventually come down and live in certain kinds of enclaves, certain kinds of settings, again, in safe places until such time as your society can get used to them and they can get used to your society, until eventually one day they can more openly walk among you and take part in your society. And as your society becomes more and more and more evolved into and toward the sixth hybrid race, then there being ultimately no real difference between you. Since the human race is first and foremost hybridized anyway, because of the connection of the ancient race called the Anu, which imparted their genetic material to you and created Homo sapien. And in moving forward and blending with other hybrid races and becoming more hybridized by having the markers within you, the genetic markers that have been dormant, being turned on more and more and more, and creating differences in your genetic DNA structure that allow you to express more of those abilities often associated with the hybrids, then eventually, in time, you will find that your civilization will be operating in a very different way, especially after the idea of open contact. But to begin with, we will mention that there are several phases of the hybrid children coming down. In total, for the overall first phase, there will be 333 hybrid children that will come to Earth in that first phase. Most of the first group of the 333 will be what you would call teenagers. They will get younger as the teenagers pave the way for the younger ones to come later, who will need more training and more time to acclimate to your society. But the ones that are now somewhere around your 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, sometimes even 18 years old will be the first among you, because they will have learned enough to then take their training further by actually living on the planet. There will still be time for acclimation. There will still be a need to get used to things. But by then, many of you, as the parents of the hybrid children, will be aiding and assisting them in learning their way into the new society that is developing on your planet. Now, many of you are still experiencing being taken up to the ships to aid and assist in this teaching now. It's just that in the future, when they live among you, the teaching will continue on the surface of your planet when they have learned enough. But the teenagers are far enough along that they can begin to fit in, although they still have questions and things that seem a bit confusing to them, which we would like to address now by relaying to you some of the things that they have said. And we will facilitate that information for you today. So, first and foremost, one would like to say, I have learned that in your world you have many different ways of talking. You call them languages. I have learned in the language that you call French that chat is a cat, but Chateaubriand has nothing to do with cats and has more to do with something you call steak. But I have learned that there are different kinds of steak. There is the steak you eat. There is the steak that is a pointed stick. There is the steak that is something you own a part of. Your language is confusing. It will take some time to understand how to know the difference. We have had it explained to us that the context will help in terms of where and how it is presented in a group of words. Nevertheless, we have also been taught that even among yourselves, you often get confused about your own language.